Hi everyone, I'm Steven, and today I'm making a Carnage mask out of cardboard. I think it's pretty cool, so let's jump right into it. I started off by sketching out a pattern off camera and then tracing it onto cereal box cardboard, and I listed that link to the pattern that I made in the description below. So I took tape and taped together all the split areas in the mask. I'm not entirely sure how to explain it, but when you push the pieces together, the cardboard will curve because of the way all of these cuts were cut out, and I hope it makes sense as you watch this little montage. See, this is what it looks like with half of it done. And once I taped together the other half, I taped both sides together. And I know it kind of looks a little bumpy, but don't worry, it'll get covered up. When both sides were secure and taped together, I used a pen to draw bigger eyes and a big open mouth onto the mask. As soon as I got shapes that I liked, I carefully cut out the eyes and the mouth and used some extra tape to make sure all the pieces were secure. Aw, look how happy he is. Happy little Carnage. At this point, the mask is kind of flimsy, so to give it some structure, as well as to thicken up some areas, I cut out strips of corrugated cardboard and glued them around the lips. Sculpting with cardboard is really fun for me, so I added a couple layers to the top lip and around 3 layers to the bottom lip. This helps give it more surface area so I have something to glue the teeth onto later on in this tutorial. I also started putting some scrap cardboard anywhere I wanted on the mask to kind of round out any of the pointed edges left from the cereal box cardboard. The goal is to make it seem round and organic and get rid of any of the angles from the taped together pieces. When that was done, I covered everything in masking tape that I got from the dollar store. Yep, the entire mask. And you can leave a few spots uncovered, but make sure all of the glued on corrugated cardboard pieces are covered up. With the mask completely covered, it was time to start making it look like Carnage. So I took my hot glue gun and glued squiggly lines all over the mask. I also added a lot of messy glue gun zigzags around the eyes and the lips, and it's kind of hard to see them right now, so I'll paint on a base coat of red and black craft paint so you can see what I'm talking about. Do you see all the raised up squiggly lines? That's the dried glue from the glue gun, and it just helps make it look like the symbiote is alive and it's not just a cardboard mask. After the paint dried, I decided I want some more squiggles, so I added some more before moving on to the teeth. And oh my god, the teeth. This takes some time, so just be patient if you do this. I made all the teeth by rolling up strips of blank computer paper into little cones and taping them shut with masking tape so they wouldn't unravel. I'm not quick at rolling paper at all, so this took a while for me to make the teeth, and there are a lot of them. But I trimmed each one so they looked about the same size and started hot gluing them into the mouth. I started with the top lip and glued in 2 layers of teeth, so a row in the front and then a row in the back. And if you decide to make this, stagger the teeth in the back so that they can be seen through the gaps in the front. I kind of hope that makes sense, but you can see in the mask where the teeth look staggered. Oh, and I didn't glue in teeth all the way to the end of the mouth. I kept a little gap at the end, and I added in some squiggly, organic looking strips of cereal box cardboard to float above the corners of the mouth. It'll kind of look like the symbiote is being ripped apart as Carnage is opening up his mouth, and it's a pretty cool effect. I also added a few cereal box pieces around the eyes to give the eye openings a jagged look. I couldn't stress this enough. After the teeth are glued in, make sure you add like a gum line along the bottom of the teeth so it looks like the teeth are embedded in there. Anyway, now it's time to paint. So let's start with the eyes. I do this with all my masks, so you've probably seen me do it before, but I took a splatter screen from the dollar store and I cut out 2 shapes to fit inside the eyes. I painted these in white craft paint on both sides, and see, this is the white versus the regular metal. It looks a lot better white. For the teeth, I mixed together some white, brown, and yellow craft paint along with some white glue. I wanted to make the teeth look dirty and a little rotten, so this took a couple light layers. I added the most brown at the base of the teeth, and then it got whiter as I got to the tip of the teeth. See, this is what it looks like. Now for the rest of the mask, black and red craft paint mixed with a little bit of white glue. And I added the glue because in my mind it helps make everything dry harder, but I could just be imagining that, so feel free to skip the glue if you don't want to add it. But I started with black around the eyes and the mouth and slowly added in more and more red until I got a natural blended look to all the paint. You'll be surprised with how quickly it turns from bright red into an evil looking monster. And when that dried, I used hot glue to glue in the eyes. I put down some glue, pressed the screen on top, and kept my hand in there pushing down until the glue dried so it would hold its shape. But you'll see all that and the finished product in a couple seconds. There you have it, a Carnage mask made from cardboard, tape, and a bunch of glue. As of right now, I haven't seen the new Venom movie with Carnage in it, but hopefully I made Carnage proud. I really liked how this turned out, and I hope you guys do too. So yeah, hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this one, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye!